Jai Hind, I'm Cadet Tarushi from Kamal Government School, Chandigarh 1 Naval Unit. Today I'm here presenting my views on natural resources, conservation and management. So the topics that will be covered under this are types of natural resources, need for conservation and management of natural resources, methods of conservation and management, and role of NCC cadets. So the natural resources are broadly classified as renewable and non-renewable. So renewable, as we can get to know by their name, are the ones which can be renewed, and non-renewable which cannot be renewed. So as we can read that renewable resources can be replenished naturally. Their quantity is not affected by human consumption. They are continuously available. For example, sunlight, air, wind, water, etc. Whereas the non-renewable resources are the ones which do not occur naturally. They are formed extremely slowly, for example, minerals and fossil fuels. Next, we have the classification on the basis of origin. Origin means that from where they are made. For example, biotic resources are made up of living and organic matter, such as forest and animals, whereas the abiotic are the ones made up of non-living and non-organic matter. So examples of biotic resources are fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. And for abiotic resources, we have land, fresh water, then metal ores including iron, copper, silver, etc. Then nextly, we can also classify them on the basis of their level of development. For example, the potential resources. So they exist in a region that may be used in a region and may be used in the future. It means that they are not being used presently and they can be used in the future. Whereas the actual resources are the ones whose quantity, quality has been known and they are being used in the future. The reserve resources are the ones which can be profitably developed. It means that they are not being used. For example, in USA, USA have oil reserves with them, but still they import oil from other countries because they want to save them for future. Whereas stock resources, these are the ones we have. They are also part of actual resources only, whose quantity and quality has been known, but we do not have the technology to use them right now. For example, of stock resources is hydrogen. For example, H2O, that is water. We still now we do not know how to extract hydrogen from water. So it is an example of stock resource. Then nextly, we will read about conservation and management of natural resources. The firstly, we have ozone depletion. As we all know, ozone layer is the layer which protects us from the UV rays of the sun. So this is a process by which the total volume of the ozone in the Earth's atmosphere decreases. So the major reason because of this is the production of man-made refrigerants like chlorofluorocarbons, freon, halogens. These are also the man-made refrigerants. And then since the ozone layer prevents harmful ultraviolet wavelengths of ultraviolet light passing through the Earth's atmosphere, then the depletion of this layer has causing serious damaging effects. This means that there are two kinds of radiation, UVA and UVB. The UVB wavelengths are a little shorter in length, so these are basically responsible for causing skin cancer. So because of this, the ozone depletion, these rays will be able to enter and cause diseases and damaging effects to us. Then we have soil erosion. I think it is very clear that erosion is the process by which soil and rock are removed from the Earth's surface by natural processes such as wind or water flow, and then they are deposited at other locations. While erosion is a natural process, human activities like deforestation and expansion of built up areas have dramatically increased the rate of erosion. Which means that the natural resources are responsible, like wind, water. The soil is taken away from one place to another. But deforestation, now the roots of the trees are basically responsible for holding the soil together. And if there is deforestation, means no trees. means the soil will loosen up and it will be easily blown away with wind. So even human activities are responsible. Then the problems caused by it are desertification, decrease in agricultural productivity due to land degradation, sedimentation of waterways, and ecological collapse due to loss of the nutrient-rich upper soil layers. Next, we have acid rain. It is a rain or any other form of precipitation that is unusual, meaning that it possesses added levels of hydrogen. Acid rain is caused by emissions of harmful chemical gases such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce acids. So the smokes released by the industries, they go up in the atmosphere. So when the down during the downpour, they get mixed up with the water molecules and they come as acid rain on the earth. So the effects of it are peeling of paint, corrosion of steel structures such as bridges, erosion of stone statues, and damaging of crop. Nextly, we have global warming. So, global warming is a phenomena associated with the increase of Earth's temperature. So, basically, the greenhouse gases are the gases responsible for global warming. A greenhouse gas is a gas that absorbs and emits radiation, which are the thermal infrared at the thermal infrared range. The primary greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen, and ozone. Greenhouse gases have a great effect on the Earth's temperature. So these gases are basically the heat gases that they produce heat. So of course, when heat is being produced, there is more increase in the Earth's temperature, which basically leads to global warming. Then there are methods of management. Recycling. This is a method by which some of the resources can be reused by recycling them or reusing them. For example, paper. When we use paper, we can just collect them separately and we can send them for recycling. Then water harvesting. This method can be used for storing rainwater for later date. In villages, storing of rainwater in ponds will increase the level of soil water. So, the water is stored, and we'll just read about it further that the water is how the water is stored in the tanks, and then it can be used to increase the groundwater level, to increase the water table. So, and then we have afforestation, planting more trees and avoiding deforestation. This will also prevent soil erosion as it also increases good gases in the environment. Then proper waste management. This will prevent pollution of soil and water resources like sea, river, ponds. This not only involves segregation of waste into biodegradable and non-biodegradable, and its subsequent treatment, but also treatment of industrial sewage effluents before discharge into the river or sea. This means that it's not that we just take the waste and throw it anywhere. There is a proper process of treating the waste, and then only we can discharge it. So nextly, there are more methods like greater use of renewable resources instead of we can use solar energy because it is a renewable resource, wind energy. So these resources are can be used. Then avoiding wastage. Excessive use or uncontrolled use leads to wastage. It can be prevented by proper education, monitoring, and controlled usage. Then monitoring and control. There is a strong need to put into place the strict control and monitoring organization so that uncontrolled usage can be prevented. Uh, then we as NCC cadets, what can we do? Avoiding cutting of trees, and we can spread awareness about it. Then not polluting water resources like river, ponds, seas. Then avoiding use of plastic, avoiding noise pollution, recycling natural resources to ensure their efficient, sustainable use. Then using renewable resources of energy like solar and wind power, and then saving energy in small matters like switching off fans, lights, and other electric gadgets. So these small roles which can be played by us can help in a big way for the environment. So this was it in the PPT. Uh,